Hi, it's GrumpyGnome 99. I haven't been doing Banished for a while, but today I'm going to start a new series. And I was talking to Grumpy Gnome of Grumpy Gnome Gaming, and he started an American Thanksgiving theme series. So I've got the details on what theme packs he's using and stuff like that. And this time I got the right map instead of writing down the wrong numbers that I did in the Halloween one. Although I did have fun on that Halloween map, I thought that was a pretty cool little map. So what we've got here, and I'll just show you, I'm just calling it Thanksgiving because I lack creative imagination, but there's the map. See, it's a Pine Woods Lake red ketchup map, which I've never done before. Medium terrain, harsh climate, which is going to be interesting. Disasters are on, so I'll have to remember to build wells, which I always forget. And it's a shipwrecked Northern Pines hard start. So it should be interesting. I am Canadian, so my Thanksgiving happens in October, and it's all about the harvest and being thankful for a bountiful harvest and stuff like that. The American Thanksgiving is a little bit different. It also is about Thanksgiving for the harvest and stuff, but it's also the Pilgrims, Plymouth Rock landing, meeting the natives, in some cases making friends and working with the natives and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different, and because I'm Canadian, I don't quite understand all the ins and outs of American Thanksgiving, but um, we'll get some help here. And I'm just going to turn down my headset just for a minute. And there is a limitation on the theme packs we can use here. So there is, and right in here, there's a Plymouth Plantation set, another Plymouth set, and let's see, down here, there's Forest Outpost, Forest Trader. Um, Down over here is a native village set, and there's also a set called Old Hovels here, and I believe there's a mine in there from what I was looking at earlier. And there's a few rules around. I must have a native trader at some point, and there's also something about a celebration in the park or something that I have to clarify a little bit. But the premise here is this is the Atlantic Ocean. This is where the pilgrims escaping England, as it turns out, persecution, I guess it was religious persecution in England, landed, and we'll build our initial village there. Now, my view is somewhere in our what would traditionally be called our first expand. Um, Pie. Yeah. Grace says American Thanksgiving pie. That's all you need to know. Well, one of my favorite pies is pumpkin pie. So if you have that, then I'm in. So what I'm thinking in one of our first expands here, we'll use the native village theme set and build there. Then we could build like a trader in between and sort of simulate having two communities and stuff like that. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm not quite familiar with these theme sets, so we'll give it a go. Oh, I better put the pig timer on here. And not too sure how many episodes we're going to do today, but let's give it a go. See how far we get. And let's see. Let's get some telemetry up and stuff here. Um, well, hey, I didn't pick the map, right? Grace says East Coast with the ocean on the left. Well, what can I say? Log of events, turning off that one because it drives me crazy. And let's see. Let's have a look at the map for a second here. So basically, we got one big lake, and we've got the Trade River from the south and exiting out to the east here. So it is a medium map. We're not going to be able to build a big sprawling 6,000 citizen city here, but that's okay. And what do we have here? Let's get our little professions thing. And I'm not going to worry about resource limits at the moment. Okay, so I haven't done shipwreck in a while. We've got 100 firewood, 20 hide coats, iron tools, and 1,200 potatoes. Okay, cool. I like potatoes, so that'll work. Now let's look around here. A decent amount of land here, especially up over in here. There's quite an area. Now, I don't know what a native trader trades for. Hopefully it's a general trader or something else. I'm not sure. So we're on hard. We have a little bit of food, but I think sort of the traditional forest start here. We just got to figure out where everything is. Okay. I'm just going through the Plymouth, what is it? Plymouth plantation set at the moment. So that's houses, school, barn. Okay. Also a stockade, which could be cool. This is like, looks like probably the same set with different artwork, maybe. Okay. And the old hovels. Yeah, there's foresters and stuff in here. Okay. That's a decent circle. Okay. And that's the native village set. This is the forest one here. We have a forester, gather. Okay. Everything looks a little different, but let's start with a forest node, basically. So we're shipwrecked, and we're going to try and make gather our sustenance and everything from the forest here. So let's do that. Probably right about in here, I would think. So let's actually do, oh, we're allowed to use anything in the generic road and bridge set here. Yeah, that comes pretty close to the shipwreck, that's okay. So there's our gatherer. Go back into our theme set here. Forest outpost or forest, what's this one? Forest trader. Now we have tents. Hunter's cabin. Oh, hunting blind. A cheap hunter for... It's not a very nice thing to say. Oh, look at this beaver dam. How cool is that? You gotta find a place to put that in, even if we have to cheese it a bit. A beaver dam. Furrier. Workshop. Trading post. Cool, okay. Well, why don't we use some of the stuff out of this forest set here? Yeah, I don't see a forester per se in there, so let's go back into this one. Let's say our forester's gonna be there. And we need a hunter of some kind. A small sauna. Very cool. Wonder what that actually does as far as the game. Bum, bum, bum. Got a wood chopper here, which we'll put there. And let's do kind of the usual. Stockpile. No, I don't know where we can find a barn in here, so. Small barn, that sounds fair. And then from a housing perspective, yeah, wood cabin sounds good. Let's have a look at it out here. Interesting. I think that's where the door is on that side. Alright, so we're gonna want a gatherer, a wood cabin, a barn. We've got the chopper. And let's get some let's make that a priority, getting a stockpile going. Should probably do a little stockpile out here too. Yeah, that one actually built already. Alright, so since that's built, let's take out some logs there. And maybe a little bit of stone here. Alright, and let's make sure we've got a camera set. So let's come in here, do that. Set it to 10 and do a chicken save. Okay, I'm just going to go on mute here just for a second. Yeah, having a cold is wonderful. Alright, that's built. Mostly over it now, but the beaver dam, it gathered let's go back and find that puppy. I thought that was pretty cool. Where is it here? There it is. So the description says a furrier makes warm clothes from fur. And if I grab the right one here, it looks to me like you have to have it across the river for it to work. Like it's got endpoints that go on land, and then the actual dam itself here, if we can zoom in, has to go on the water. So I'm probably gonna have to cheese it with the tool to get it to go in, but hey, how's it going, man? Just playing a little Banished here. I was looking at Spelly, I was looking at Gloomhaven. That looks pretty cool. Although I'm kind of cheap, I was gonna wait until the Steam sale goes on. Give it a try. So we're doing a American Thanksgiving theme here. So using specific theme sets here. Okay, we got stuff. We got lots of logs and things like that. So we should get building here. So barn, gather, and yeah, let's. We have a bit of food. Let's do the cabin as well. Okay, I'm gonna prioritize the chopper though, because that's quick and easy. One must remember to put builders in, or nothing will in fact build. Alright, there we go. And we have 100 firewood already, so we'll just hold that in reserve. Well, you can't really sneak in if you announce yourself, right? I'm gonna put. We have 1,000 potatoes, right? So we can live off of that for a while, but I think we should put a couple gatherers in. Looks like this gatherer maxes out at 2, so I'll have to be aware of that. Get the barn built so we don't have to walk all the way over to the ship to drop stuff off. And it's probably not very big storage anyways. First cabin's built. Yeah, okay, I get you. Spelly, Grace 1957's on too. She's a really good person, helps me a lot with my Banished games and stuff. Now, where did I get the wood cabin? I think I got the wood cabin from here. No? That's my challenge with my old brain here. Every time we change sets here. Wood shack, wood cabin. There it is. I have to remember which theme pack stuff's coming from. So we have 12 homeless, so I'm gonna spec out 3 more houses, I think. Oh, the shack. I don't want to do a 3-person shack though. Okay, so let's plop in. What do these take anyway? It's 24 logs. We should have that easy. I'll just let those build. And our food is a little bit low, so maybe we should also build the hunter. And think pretty quick about other forms of food here. Might just slow this down to 5 while I fumble through the menus here. Yeah, I don't think there's any food generation in the 2 Plymouth ones. Forest outpost is where food seems to live. It's a fishing spot. Yeah, that looks kind of cool too. Why don't we put one of those in right near... Actually, that's about the worst place I could put a fishing dock. No. Let's try and find a little bit more responsible place to fish there. How about on this point of land here? That's a pretty decent amount of water, I think. We'll put a fishing spot. Yeah, there was a hunting blind as well, you're right. You're right. I like some of this artwork anyway. Hunter's blind, yeah. I don't think it's the same as the duck blinds from the other set there. I think this is more like an alternative skin for a hunter. But you know what, we can throw one over here just to see what it looks like. Yeah, the description said it was cheap, it only cost 1 log, so what the heck. Okay, we have a freezing to death symbol in the middle of the summer, but I get your point. Put a wood chopper in, let's take a couple of builders out. Yeah. Yeah. This is mod pack, man. A furrier makes clothes from fur. Alright, what do we got here? This is the hunter, okay. We're down to 500 food, so we'll put the hunter on. Let's acquire some logs through deforestation. And out the back here, we got maybe a spot. I don't know what the mines are we're going to be able to use here. But let's put a road out the back, and I think there was a 5x5, so let's stay consistent there. 3 and 4, let's go back to 10 here. Fishing spot, 1 person, okay, we'll throw a person in there. We're 3 and 3. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, oh, Vanilla Factory, that's cool, yeah. Yeah, one of my, there's a couple of us that stream Banished and stuff. I talked one of them into taking Factorio now, and now his wife's cursing me, but it's kind of fun showing people how to do it. 'Tis a potentially daunting game, it is. Now this is where the mines are, so in the old hovel set, there's a mine somewhere in here. Old bridge, oh there's jetties, cool. We could do a little work on the lake there. Okay, this is the old mine, stone, iron, and coal. Okay, I don't really have the logs at the moment, but let's build one of those just see what it's all about when we get a moment here. Oh yeah, absolutely. I didn't realize how many hours I had in Factorio, but yeah. It's one of those games can't resist. Okay, why did I not turn the forester on? Do we know? Am I anti-forest? What's going on here? It's over here, right? Well, one thing is we have lots of people here. Let's check and see if we need. Okay. There's a couple waiting to move out. One about to. Another. Wow, we need like 3 more houses here. Figures as soon as I start streaming, I start coughing here. So, yeah, wood cabin, okay. I'm gonna keep these guys consistent. At least in the first settlement. Oh yeah, no, I missed. Can't have that. Oh, I see. That one's over. Okay, so it's gonna be fashionably not aligned, but that's okay. Yeah, it's a weird game. Like it can be very daunting to get used to what's going on. I actually, when I bought it years ago, I played it for like about an hour and then thought, oh, this is crap. And then I can't remember who I watched. I watched maybe Catherine the Sky or somebody like that, and I went, oh, maybe I'll give it another shot. Now, if I was gonna have a market, this healing sauna thing here, I don't know if this is the equivalent of a herbalist or what, but I think we gotta put a sauna in. Now I also gotta be cognizant of the food supply here. I'm not making tools, so that's a thing. Alright, maybe before the sauna we should actually get some tools going. And we're probably gonna need this mine too. Alright. Sadly, we're gonna hold off on this sauna. Okay, we'll have to check in on that hunting blind and see what it's doing for us here. Close these guys. Okay, let's get the forester going so we actually have a supply of logs, and then let's make sure we get the mine and the workshop going. You can go away. Yeah, Catherine the Skies, she's got a great voice, right? She does very calm, very soothing, at least to me, and I enjoy it. It's a very non-stressful experience, so. And she does, or originally did, like almost exclusively Factoria. The Queen of the Belts. Okay. Just looking at this guy. The forester, it's basically a stump with an axe and some logs. Okay, I like it. Minimalist. Let's balance out our people here. Yeah, you can start harvesting, that's fine. Yeah, okay, well, fair enough. People are different, we're all different, we all have our different likes and stuff. That's what makes being a person good. Differences. Alright, I have a feeling that I'm building way too much like usual, but that's okay. We're clearing the logs, we've got a little bit of stone. We actually have more tools than I thought we would. But I'm not going to sneak the sauna in, I am going to wait. Actually pretty cool little cabins here. Why isn't the rule everybody hates their own voice? I read that somewhere. Sorry for the cough candy here, but my throat's getting harsh. Yeah, that's a good point. So this is in the forest outpost. There's a school, a chapel, a sauna. Actually, I haven't used anything from the Plymouth set yet, so it's probably something I should dig into, given the theme of everything here. Plantation school, plantation supplies, okay. Ah, that makes tools. Tools and clothes. Oh, interesting, okay. So what I was thinking is I'm using the forest set in the forest, and maybe we'll use the Plymouth set out here. So I probably should have made that out of the Plymouth set, but that's okay. Nah, you're fine, man. It's what people's, it's your sense of humor, your enjoyment of what you're doing that matters, I think. Okay, the workshop's gonna build. People are gonna be mad now the houses aren't building. Okay, let's see what kind of recipes we got here. Okay, so this will do wooden tools. Now that's silly. Stone tools, that's also silly. Looks like we're gonna need iron, so let's get this mine going. I think it probably wouldn't be crazy to put a house or two out here too. So that's for 4 people. Small plantation house X. Doesn't look horrible. Okay, let's get a road here. And let's do a stockpile of some sort here. We're gonna do iron, so let's do an iron stockpile. Okay, come on. We need some iron here. We're down to 1 tool here. Looks like food bounced back with all that stuff we did, so we're okay on food for the moment. I guess clothing would be something we should think about too. Alright, let's get these two both as a priority. The house and the mine here. Alright, let's have a look at this thing. So interestingly enough, I don't see any... okay. I don't see any percentage, so it doesn't look to me like this is gonna exhaust, which is cool. And this is kind of intriguing here. It says convert to a mushroom mine. Okay, so if we want, we can make this into a mushroom mine at some point. Which, I don't know, I'm a little bit scared by that. This is a silly limit here. This is also a silly limit, and I don't know, if I had 400 iron, I'd be happy. With 2 people, we're probably not going to get there, so let's do that. Let's build up some iron. Actually, no. Let's put a blacksmith in, right, or a workshop person in right away. And let's pretend we gonna have enough resources for 100 tools here. And, okay, we got people there. Yeah, we're already out of tools here. I thought that would happen. Alright. Do have a couple people just graduate, so let's put an extra person in here. Yeah, we already got a couple iron out, so let's do that. The only thing we're using iron for is tools, so hopefully we won't start a death spiral here. And we still got 1 builder and 1 laborer. Yeah, it's a tool shortage, what can I say? Timberborn. Yeah, I have that. I've played it a little bit. So it's something I've been meaning to go back to. But I think it's going to be some time investment in that one. A little bit of iron coming here. Skyrim, greatest game. I haven't played it in a while, but that's a game I really love. Once you mod it up and stuff. Now let's see here. Yeah, our tool crisis is almost past, which is fine with me. We got our last house building that we're gonna have to check and see. Yeah, there's this a couple there. Person there. I think we're gonna need 1 more house once this is built. Now, usually I would remove the shipwreck, but I think we should leave it there as a tribute to those across the ocean. Hey. Like I said, everybody's different, right? I have to take the attitude that nobody's wrong, we're just different. I'm going to build the sauna. I want to know what sauna does. Logs are really good. Stone is okay. Iron is immediately being converted into tools, but that's what it's for. 25, almost 2,600 food. Now the question would be... Okay, let's let the sauna build. I want to see what it is. Oh, don't tease me and half build and then stop. Let's do that. Okay, so it's talking about patients. This is a hospital. Very cool, okay. Now, we need 1 more house, and I think a school would be, this might be a good time for a school, and then we gotta think about where our next batch of food is coming from. So, let's go, Plymouth theme in town here. So that's from the Plymouth set, that's a plantation school. I don't know, would we want a fort? Maybe not at this stage of the game here. And, oh, there's a town hall too. Oh, that was the fort, okay. Well, then we do want a fort. I wonder where would that make sense here? Maybe by... Well, I certainly like my... Yeah, we have tons of logs, so let's do a fort here. Okay, but maybe we'll let the school build first. just so we can get that part underway. The school, and I think one more house we needed. So I like the Plantation House X. That actually looked pretty good to me. Let's build that. So let's build the school and the house here. Well, we only have one builder, so let's let the house go second. School first here. Let's see if we can get that done. Hey man, how's it going? We got Spellion here and Grace 1957. And I'm doing a American Thanksgiving challenge here, if you will, with limited theme set. So we've just been kind of exploring, and in a totally kind of offbeat thing, we built a small sauna here, as you do when you've been banished out in the forest. Okay, we've got a school going. We're down to bare minimum of people here. Okay, so I can't build the fort, but we can at least bring the logs to it. And the same with this house here. Oh man, Dennis, sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, how did I get a little kink in the road there? Alright, that stuff. I can't really risk not having a laborer here. I don't really want to take anybody doing anything out. Oh, we had a good session today. That was fun. Pick it up tomorrow morning when you're feeling better. I was saying my cold, I was feeling a lot better with my cold, and as soon as I started streaming here, I started coughing, so I gotta work pretty hard on that mute button here. Okay. Well, we have all kinds of children and stuff. We don't have any students yet, though, I think. Yeah, 0 students. I think we kind of just missed everybody, so there's a future student. We got some 8 and 9-year-olds here. Now there's a 20-year-old hunter. We're building a house, we just don't have anybody to build it here. Well, we have tools, so let's take out one of the miners here. Put a builder in, at least temporary. And let's say house first here. Yeah, here's where the aerobics are going on. Of the bear animation. Well, I'm not sure about the color in this map. It's not bad. It's a little bit different though. Alright, so there we go. Now we can do the fort over here. Okay, so I think I'm going to build a road up here, and then we'll start the native component up in there, I think. So why don't we throw... And we only have one builder. Let's wait till this builds here. Otherwise we'll get sidetracked on the road. Just downloading Dungeons 4. Ah, interesting. I said I wasn't going to build a road, didn't I? Well, let's build the start of it. Oh, don't feel you have to do that, man. If I know how much that hurts you and wrecks you when that happens. And here we go, our plantation fort. Let's have a look at this thing here. Now it's kind of an open air structure on top. Cool. All right, what does it tell us? It tells us Derpy Moose doesn't remember how to play Banished very well. Let's look at our food graph here. That's a good trend. And what's our inventory look like? Oh, look. Interesting. I wonder if that's all coming from that hunting blind. We've got duck meat taking over the world here. Either that or nobody likes it. A little bit of the usual stuff. And we have a little bit of fur, a little bit of pelt, and a little bit of leather. Oh, we got some bear meat. Hope it wasn't those guys doing the aerobics over there. Some venison. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think this is, even if there was nomads here, I don't think this is a nomad type of game, though. Oh, I gotta use, one day there's a hobbit set in here. One day I gotta build me a hobbit village or shire. Now that would be cool. Now there's a furrier here that makes warm clothes from furs. And the beaver dam. Oh, a trapper produces fur. Aha. Well, we're still short people. But what if we put a fur trapper here and thought about a furrier, which could probably live out here somewhere. We don't have the people to work there, but we can at least build them. Start thinking about some real clothing here. Yeah, Dwarf Fortress, I gotta tell you, that's one where I've stopped and started a couple times. I didn't even mind the old version with all the ASCII and stuff like that. I don't know, I couldn't wrap my head around it. I like building, like the tunneling and building the fortress and stuff. I don't know, I gotta give that one another try too. Yeah. You know, mostly though, where my head's at now is I started streaming and doing this kind of stuff to meet people and meet new friends. So my head's now around co-op and multiplayer and stuff like that, like cooperative multiplayer, not shoot each other in the face stuff. Yeah. I wish I could staff this here and get some fur going. But alas, I cannot. Yeah. Hey Nessa, how you doing? I can't remember if you said you like Banished or not. There's a good group of people on here. We've got Spellfire and Dark from Infinite Summer Gaming, Grace 1957. Day-long meeting. Oh man. I'll tell you, when I retired a couple years ago, one of the biggest things I was happy about was not going to pointless meetings where people drone on about stuff you don't care about. Yeah. Or at least are you able to work from home though and do it as a conference call? That's much better than looking bored in person, I found anyways. Yeah, this thing doesn't seem to have any capacity limit, so I think that might be something I might use in the future, that thing. I was in a telecom company. I was in middle management. And middle management is the, what's the polite say? It's the poo and the poo-filled sandwich. Yeah, I was happy to retire. And they were probably happy to retire me too, so it all worked out. Still don't have much people here. Is everybody... Yeah, there's a few people in school here. I thought we had a decent number of children. We're gonna have to wait a few years before we can do much expansion here. So maybe we'll just let this run on 10 and talk about Dennis or something. Yeah, PvP is not for me. Like, it's not my, yeah, I don't like that kind of stuff. But co-op, I'm having a ton of fun playing with Dennis and the factorial build we're doing. Yeah. Well, I actually, I can't complain about my job. I had a pretty good career there. And the company I worked for was really good about training. So every time you kind of felt a little bit bored with what you were doing, you could train or like retrain or train on something different, or you could move around a bit. So some people like to stay in the same place for like 30 years, but I liked every 5 years to make a change. Different technology, different, processes and stuff like that. But I got to see it go from a business where it was all mechanical switching, right? Relays, springs, and stuff like that, to internet. And it was a really cool internet and cell phones, and really quite a cool transition to go through all that technology change. Like for all you kids out there, I started when we had phones where rotary phones. There was no touch-tone phone, and there was a cell phone was not even a dream yet. Okay, I'm kind of stalling here because I don't really have enough people to do anything, so this is the stage of the game where I probably would put in a nomad outpost or something, but I think given the Thanksgiving pilgrim theme here. Okay, we've got schools, outpost. Let's do road here. And then we could think about expanding up here. Let's put a little stockpile, make things gathering a little easier. Okay, so let's just have a look through the theme set here. Okay, so up above there, we're going to build a native village here. Now we got a longhouse. Oh, this is kind of cool. Storage, chief's hut. Okay. Wise elders. Huh. Oh, that's a school. Neat. Sweat lodge. Burial ground. Medicine man. Hunter. Hunting ground. Cool. Gatherer. Alright, so it's all the usual banished stuff, but with I'm kind of eager to see what the artwork looks like and stuff. Needlework. Coats and clothes. Okay. Yeah, true enough, right? I can't remember what book I read a long time ago, but there was a phrase in it. People were talking, and somebody was bragging they had 40 years experience, and somebody else said, do you have 40 years experience, or do you have 1 year of experience 40 times? And I don't know why, but that hit me kind of big. Like, are you doing the same thing over and over? without changing what you're doing or learning new things, right? So yeah, I think you have to try different things and learn new stuff. So I don't know why that line hit me like that. But okay, let's build up here. Now apparently there's something called a native trader. So kind of what I'm thinking here is sort of do like a, this isn't a role-playing game, but so the pilgrims came in here, shipwrecked, they're building a little town. Call it Plymouth even if you wanted. And up here, they explored and discovered a native village up here. And then somewhere in here, if there's a trading post or something, kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, computer science is something that I didn't really have the money to go to university, but probably what I would have tried, but yeah, no, that's true enough, right? There's also a comfort factor too, and change is sometimes scary, right? Okay, let's start this. Let's start with food. Food is always a good place to start. Oh, we're gonna do tobacco too. Okay, that's what we're gonna trade is tobacco. Remembering it's only a game and we're only talking about pixels here. Alright, so we're gonna do native gather. Okay, but in order to facilitate this, some housing would be the right thing to do. So it says we're too short on the housing, so let's start with a couple of houses up here. So let's pause that. I still want to do the furrier and the fur trapper, but we don't quite have enough people. Yeah. Let's go with a couple of longhouses here and see what that looks like. Okay, so a couple of longhouses and maybe... Yeah, we'll get a stockpile over here so we don't have to rush that. Let's do the houses and that'll help us build the rest of it up here. So under the role-playing banner here, just kind of ignore that it's the people from here running up the road to build this, and we'll just pretend that's not what's going on. Okay, there's a 17-year-old paper. It only kind of shows the need for one house. The game says two. Yeah, let's build both and see what happens. I think we could use a little bit more firewood than 200, so let's bump this to 600. Lots of logs there. Yeah, that's probably true of anything, right? Like, if you find a company with a good culture, decent boss, good co-workers, all that kind of stuff. Corporate culture is a big thing. Well, the company I worked for was, when I started it was 14,000. When I retired it was 44,000, and now it's double that. It was really hard to get things done in a company that size. All right, well, thanks for dropping in. Thanks for the alert too, man. Longhouse. Actually, there was people for both these houses, okay? I won't doubt the game again. Well, till next time. So that's a gatherer. I wonder if there's an enforcer equivalent here or not. The medicine man we gotta build though. I think I want to build every building out of this set here and see what they all look like. Okay, there isn't a forester though, so we're gonna steal one out of here. And this was the one that's basically just logs the graphics, so it won't be, I don't think that'll be a clash as far as graphical. And what do we have for storage here? Well, let's call it storage, why don't you? Alright. Yeah, there's, I think it's the medicine man, it's a herbalist, right? Yeah. Okay, there was a pig timer. So I'm just gonna end